Okay, let's meditate. It's kind of cool. I had to run an errand. My friend Sarah had called and she needed a ride. Uh, she needed to ride back home to get her ID and then go back and, cash her check. And then we did some we picked up a couple things and I, uh, I stopped at Sonic because I wanted a strawberry shake. So it's delicious. All right, let's meditate and we'll talk about rumors and what they do in hurting people. And just in general, when you go and you spread a rumor. When I found out about a rumor, I was in a public place and this person was telling it in a public place. I mean, I can hear the person's voice through half the store. So when I realized that, rumors are not real. uh, And when you spread them, uh, they're horrible. I am tired of people saying that I was attracted to a certain person. Anyway, let's go meditate. Yeah. And I heard it in the grocery store. I was in the grocery store hearing it and hearing this person laughing and thinking it's funny, spreading a rumor. And I thought to myself, wow, I thought this person was my friend. Mm-mm. So, all right, let's go and do some meditation. And we'll be meditating. Yeah, so when you spread rumors about somebody that you don't even know, and you make assumptions because for some reason you are a lower vibration, think about this. It won't come back right away, but it'll eventually bite you in the ass. Okay, here we go. We imagine a ball of your favorite color at the foot of your feet. Both of your feet are relaxed. Then it goes up your lower legs. Both your lower legs are relaxed. It goes up your upper thighs. Both your upper thighs are relaxed. It goes up your chest. Your chest is relaxed. It goes up both your arms and your hands, and they are relaxed. It goes up your neck. That is relaxed. It goes up your head, and that is relaxed. Then it anchors itself. It goes down, and it anchors itself to your feet and goes down to the middle of the earth. And then it sucks up all that Gaia love and it fills your feet up with love. And your two lower legs with love. Fills up your upper thighs with love. Fills up your chest with love. It fills up your neck with love and your arms and your hands and your head. And it spews out, and I'm putting it in Pahrump. It's in Pahrump. And I take what's left and I take it to my heart. Okay. So, we will be talking about what rumors, when rumors are not real and people make up stories, what could happen. People have gotten divorced over rumors. People have, longtime friendships have been ruined over rumors. So, when I was playing softball, I was welcomed with warm and welcoming, and I was making all the practices and stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm doing pretty good. So what happened was that a woman that got on the team did not like me, and she had said some really, really bad things about me. I was in the store and she was saying that I play patty cake with everybody at work. And I'm like, oh no, you're making a very big. And then she said who I had my eye on. And his girlfriend was playing on the team, by the way. And I'm like, wow, you guys really, are believing this stuff. And it really hurt me. I've never been hurt like that before, where someone was so jealous of me that they would spread rumors, and they were horrendous. And that was just the first of many, many rumors this person spread. So I thought that that was over with. But no, gotta throw me under the bus yet again. So what happened was, uh, recently, this is recently, like 3 weeks ago, recent, where this person said that me and somebody else were an item. And I'm like, wow, that's news to me. So when you spread rumors, things that you may think they're happening in people's lives, but in reality, they're not happening in their life. All right. In reality, when you spread rumors that aren't true, you're lowering your vibration. And when you are jealous and you spread rumors that aren't true, you make your vibration even lower. In other words, your psychic powers get lower when you do bad things like that. Anybody. We're not just talking about neighbors or whatever. Anybody, even me. If I go and I spread rumors, if I want to have a higher vibration, I'm not going to fucking spread rumors. They're just waste. There's people who've actually I've had a friend, not a friend, in high school, somebody spread a rumor about her, that was really not true. We all knew it wasn't, but she took it to heart and she almost killed herself. People will get upset over rumors, especially when they're not true, and they'll, you don't know what they're going to do. And when you have people who don't give a crap, their lower vibration. So the best thing to do, if someone comes to you wherever, it could be at home or whatever, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on with those two. You want to go spread those rumors. The best thing you can do when someone wants to come to you and spread them rumors, what you tell them? I am a higher vibration. I don't listen to that shit. I don't know what's going on with those two unless I walk into the room and they're doing it. I don't know about those two or that person or that. And don't, what was it my dad said? If you don't want the repercussions, don't play the game. Yeah. And that's just how it goes. I could not believe it. I was in Albertsons when over the summer, and I heard someone that was on my baseball team tell people that she barely knew a whole bunch of lies. It was so bad. It was like what you, as a woman, what you wouldn't want to, people think of you as that. You know what I mean? So I thought to myself, God, when people spread rumors, they want to cover up their own mistakes, their own misgivings and stuff. So don't be the listener of that. Walk away. Just walk it away. Because when you walk away from, if the softball team was said, we don't know this person and we don't want to hear it, but they all want to hear it. We're all laughing about it, making fun of me. Oh, it was tragic in the biggest way, because not only was I hearing it, I think it was a Saturday. Yeah, it was a Saturday. That store was jam packed, and she's telling an audience, and I'm like going, oh. So I get my groceries. I check out. I put my groceries in the Jeep, and I cried. I cried real hard. I couldn't believe that this woman went and told people I didn't know, people she didn't really know, like lies, and the whole flippin' store. Oh, yeah. It really made me feel lovely. I went home, cried. My son's like, you had well, you didn't work today. What's going on? And I told him what went on. And he's like, oh, man. I mean, he's my kid. What is he going to say, really? So I sat there and I really thought about it. I thought about, I'm getting my paybacks for all the years of, just in my family. I usually know what's going on. They're not rumors, but, I'm like, I know a lot of the stuff of the people going on, but I don't tell people. Oh my God. To make myself look better, I'm going to, what you do in a rumor that isn't true to make yourself look better than any other reason. You know what I mean? You're making yourself look better. But the other person you're lying about is dealing with that. And when I realized that this person was not nice, the things that she said, you would have thought she was you would have thought she was my bestie over at the house seeing all this shit. That's how she made it out to be. And I'm like, she's never been to my place without me. Well, she's been here without me. I could smell it. She does not smell nice. Ugh. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my nose to it. But yeah, I'm sure she's been to my place without me being here. Because I unplug and keep my heater off. I came home and my heater was turned on and there was different smells in the house. Like someone's been here for a bit, like looking through my shit. But that's just me. Now, mind you, I always keep the heater off because I live in an RV and heaters have a tendency causing fires in RVs. I got a real good one. Some guy didn't want to listen to me and I kept telling him, you need to turn the heater off when you're not there. Welcome to a cold place. Well, no, that's where that goes. So this person is now spreading rumors about my friend and I don't appreciate it. Needs to quit. Every time the person even stops by our workplace, it's like, oh God. I'm wondering next time will it be me? Will it be me next time? Who will I like next week? I'm going to be gone a whole week. There's going to be a lot of rumors about me. That's the way I feel. I'm like, I'll be gone a whole week and I'm wondering what kind of rumors are going to be flying by then. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. I'm just to that point. If anyone ever comes up to me, I don't want to hear a rumor about anybody. If it's not the truth and the person themselves didn't come and tell me, I won't believe it. That really hurt my feelings. It I quit talking to that person. She said some things that were so horrendous that I couldn't believe it. She was telling people just horrible, horrible things about me. And when you spread rumors, it hurts people when they're not true. It really does. And that's why I quit talking to them. And I'm like, don't you get it, bitch? You're spreading rumors about me to the whole fucking store and to your new friends. And I'm like, I'm not talking to you because you're an evil cuntarina. You want to be a cuntarina and spread rumors, or a dickhead. It puts you as to be honest, it puts you as a fucking lower life form. And for those people to listen, they're no better. They're not friends of mine. If someone new came around and another person new came around and said bad things about that person, this is what my grandma said. What do they say about you when you're not there? What do they say about you? Because I can guarantee you, when you have somebody who is spreading rumors, guaranteed they'll get you too. And I never thought you would but when you're dealing with sociopaths, they will bite the hand that feeds you. They will talk behind their husband's back. They will. My ex was a sociopath. He used to talk behind my back all the time because he was so jealous of me. Go figure. Sociopaths are not good friends. But I didn't know that this person was. But I have new friends now. So I'm very excited and I want to work really hard for this company. And they're really, I'm just so excited. So I am very excited. I love my company. I do. Yeah, you get a big, I guess you call it like an ass zit. Sometimes you get an ass zit and it's really bad and you just can't get it out and it's a big bad ass zit. Sometimes you need a little extra help, to get that zit gone. So I am now, thinking about all the stuff that I have done is bringing me to what I would call a moment where I'm like, you know, I maybe have thought, you know, certain things that, rumors, but I never spread them. I thought, well, that could be, or that couldn't be, or this, oh, yeah. But when you spread them about people in Albertsons and Pahrump on a Saturday when they're having a super sale, or a Friday, don't matter when there's a lot of people there and you're telling about somebody who you play softball with about very bad things that really made me cry and really hurt my feelings. I really didn't appreciate it at all. And it was not very, yeah. I'm sure some of those people there would say a lot about what Monique said. Yep, that's a big softball game. Well, soon I will be going. Well, it looks like it looks like that the person I was hoping that would come on here hasn't. And I will be on here for a whole hour. If he doesn't come on here, I will have to heal my heart and move on. A woman came on here, and this is what I want to also talk. Etiquette when you go on someone, when you first are introduced to somebody says, let's go to Wild About Animals, okay? An animal like a channel forum where you talk and they talk about taking care of your animals. And if you go on there and your first time meeting this YouTuber, never explain about your health condition of any kind if you have cancer. Because my friend came on here and then he invited his friend Ruby Rabbit. Ruby Rabbit, this is, imagine yourself, you may not imagine yourself like in a party situation, but I do, and most YouTubers do. Do not come in and say that you have cancer, you're dying, you have 3 months to live. Those type of things are not in this format. We're not talking about those things. It would be different if I was talking about cancer, or if I was talking cure for cancer, or what the thing was going on. But what happened was, it really blew me for a loop, because the person who brought this woman in didn't even know she had cancer. So I'm like, wow, you didn't know either? So this is like it's like going to someone's party. You're going to a gathering. When you go into the chat here and you're going into a gathering, your first time meeting somebody, are you going to introduce yourself as a cancer victim? I wouldn't. I keep that for a little bit later. Like, oh, yeah, I got cancer and that's the way to do it. You don't first go in a meeting with somebody and introduce yourself as a cancer victim. You want to have them know that you're a cancer survivor, a survivalist. You do not want to make the cancer the point of how somebody was met. And that's really truthful. I really don't, how can I say this? There's so many people who fake being cancer victims that online, and it's amazing. They've had, you could just look it up on the internet. It's sociopaths are great for that. My ex told me that his cancer was coming back when I wanted to divorce him. Both three, all 3 times that I wanted to divorce my ex, guess what came back? Cancer, 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 and he's still living. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he had cancer and he was going to be treated and stuff, and then it just magically went away. Yeah. So when people say they have cancer on my channel when they first ever meet me, I kind of put them at arm's length and think they're fucking crazy. Because you don't go up to someone in, like, say, a book reading club. Hi, how are you? Hi, I got cancer. I'm taking, yeah, I got cancer. How are you? Yeah, I got cancer. No, you don't do that in a room forum. You leave that for later. You could tell your friend who's bringing you in a room before you go into that, if you have that. But if you do that in someone's room and take their thunder away from them, or you feel, you know what I mean? It's just, you got to understand. You got to understand you're stepping on toes. My dad had cancer and didn't even know it because he's a white man. And every one of us, I believe, has a little bit of black in us. He had enough black. He died of a cancer like that's comparable with a black person. They didn't catch it because they didn't test for that blood cancer. It fucking sucks. So that's where I'm at with that. And I'm sure the woman that came in here said, I got cancer. How are you? And I'm like, oh shit. When you go into someone's room and you say something like, I'm dying, I got 6 months. That's for another talk and another time. When no one's in the room and it's just us, you can bring it up. All right. But if there's a room full of people and you're introducing yourself for the first time as you have cancer, I don't want to know you. I think that you are a sick person. I think that you went into someone's room and faking cancer. So a week goes by. I'm really getting perturbed with this person because they took over my room. They thought that cryptids were real deal shit and started asking questions about them that they knew I knew nothing of. And I'm like, is this the Cryptid Discovery Channel? No, we're just talking about this shit. And want to know, do you know the reproductive stuff? I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, is this a joke? Is this person for real or is this a joke? I mean, I just thinking, wow, this really sucks. That's when I decided I didn't want this person to come on here, the lower vibration of hers. And it caused me to have some sleeping problems, eating problems. I haven't been really eating. So it worries me because of the fact that I feel that she's lying about her cancer. When you do 2 bags of chemo, they wipe your ass with it. You don't go on a fucking long hike. She went on a very long hike, which I'm thinking, well, what is a long hike? Must be an hour. So it had to be a couple hour hike. So did you go on a couple hour hike? She goes, oh yeah, I had all this energy. She did a 2-hour hike after doing 2 bags of chemo. Wrap your mind around it. Anyone who's had people like my grandfather and my sister's husband who has gone to the 2 bag. Let me explain what cancer looks like on a face. My sister's husband, because they didn't get into sunscreen in the 70s and 80s, he had from sun damage from here all the way to here, was eaten up by cancer. They did the 2 bag. They started off with the pill, and it was getting so fast and just like ravenous, eating his face. It started off as a zit and went from a zit to it just ate it. I'm not joking. It is not a joke. That's when he went to the 2 bags. You get to the 2 bags, you're bad. And the first time he did the 2 bags, he didn't go take a fucking hike by any chance. Robert didn't take a 2. He was like, what was it, the word? He says, it wipes your ass and makes you wish to God you were dead at times. Because it just hurts. So for someone to sit there and tell me, I said, well, what was it like the first time? He goes, the first time wasn't as bad, but you're still not going to be taking no flipping hike. You know what I mean? I've been lied to too many times about cancer. When I was going through my divorce, my ex had sent me a text I never answered back. But I still have all the texts because I figure I was just couldn't believe it. He had told me that he had cancer and he was going to die. You know what? That worked the first time. It really did. My ex told me that and I was going to drop him because he just couldn't keep a fucking job. Sociopaths can't keep jobs. The only way a sociopath can keep a job is if she owned the company itself or they own. If my ex owned the company, he'd keep his job. And that's the truth, though. My ex never worked. He used to come to my work. I worked at this one place and I was the head person. Everybody got paid every 2 weeks, but I got paid every week. I took care of everything. He said, I know when it's done because you're working. The only time it's not done is, what was it, the one day I wouldn't work. I didn't want to work Fridays no more. You know? And that's what I would have certain Fridays off. I would, if they have certain things going on Fridays, I'd work there. But he said, the only time it's not done is when you're not here. And that's what I was told. And then my ex started coming to my work, picking up my checks because he didn't work. I signed my checks, give him my driver's license, and he would go cash it next door. And I was taking the other 2 checks and trying to save up money to leave him. I wanted to leave him so bad. I just, yeah. What happened was he ended up finding the money. He didn't beat me or anything. He made my life a living hell. You see, sociopaths will spread rumors. So he decided to spread rumors about me. And neighbors came and started talking to me. And then he told the neighbors, you know what he told the neighbors? He had cancer. He told the neighbors he had cancer and I was doing all these dirty deeds while he had cancer. So it's kind of hard when someone comes on my show or, things and tells me that they got cancer and they're doing hikes for 2 hours after they do a 2 bag of chemo. I was like, wow. Then I thought to myself about senior psychopaths. He told people that we have lived nearby for over 10 years that he had cancer. And I was going to leave a man who had cancer because I was leaving him because he had cancer, not because I didn't love him no more, because he couldn't get a job to save his, so he couldn't keep a job. He spread rumors about me. He backstabbed me. He would go to my, and when you spread rumors about someone you care about is even worse. Yeah, he spread, my ex spread rumors about me, which was even worse. Yeah. Where I used to work, where my ex used to come and pick up the checks, he knew the owner because his sister worked there. And he pulled me aside and said, how did you get married into this family? The whole family's off. You're intelligent and beautiful. How'd you get stuck with that troll? That's what he was calling him. And that's what my dad used to call him, the troll. Yeah. Yep. And that's what I got stuck with. And every time I would either try to want to leave him, he would tell people he was dying, he had cancer, and I was leaving him because he had cancer. That was the reason why I was leaving him. I was leaving him because he was a complete sociopath who wanted to control me, who couldn't get a job, keep a job. The only job he had was molded materials that he kept for over a year until he slept with the owner's son's fiance. Yeah, that's what kind of man he was. Yeah. You know how I heard that? The owner's son called because he was to pick up all his stuff from the veteran because they hired him because he was a veteran. all his veteran stuff that they had in their front office. So I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'll go pick it up." So because it was my money, I drove over to Mold and Materials, and he didn't even want to go in there. I want to go in there. Boy, they gave me an earful. Was it from the people? It was from the owner's son. He said, "I need to talk to you." And I guess his fiance admitted to having an affair with my ex. And my ex still wouldn't even admit to having the affair. That's how he pretty much, I think that's how, they kept giving him, chances and chances because he had a wife and kids. So they thought, this is what the owner's son told me. The only reason why we had him come here and stay and work here as long as he did is because he had you and your son. Back then we didn't have my daughter yet. And I said, I really appreciate it. I had a feeling when I found the underwear in the vehicle that he was playing with somebody else. And he goes, yeah, pretty well. My ex doesn't care if they're engaged or married. And I had to hear that from the owner's son, who said to me that they thought they were just friends and it didn't, no. He said that more or less, he never spread rumors about anyone, but he said some mean things about you. And we had a little talk, yeah. And by the way, he actually told his work, not his work, like the supervisor, that he thought his cancer was coming back in his thumb. So they kept him longer because they felt sorry for him. It was good for me, but unfortunately they let him go in Thanksgiving. So he went into, I told him, we can't make it with just, I'm not working. I wasn't working at that point. I was like, wow, because he kept the job for so long. So I had to go back, get a job. And I said, hey, you need to get working. So he started working it was about a month or two later, it was after the holidays. I had to go shopping at Salvation Army for Christmas gifts because, senior psychopaths who couldn't keep his private parts private. Yeah, it's lovely when strangers tell you, yeah, we've been watching them. And, she, I guess what happened was, my ex and her took the same day off, and somebody seen them together at a place and took pictures. This is when cell phones were just coming out with the cameras, and it was blurry and stuff, but he said you could tell who it was. I could, because I seen the picture. So when you're dealing with, I guess you'd say a I guess a partner that is unfaithful and won't let go of you, you have to make up a plan. If you're not a planning person, boy, you sure will be after that. Because what happened was I had to make up a plan. And I didn't. I never thought things through right. I really was so very, very, I wasn't around a lot of love. The only time I had a lot of love was when I went to visit my dad. And usually it would be like visiting from Pahrump to Vegas. It took about an hour drive to go to Holly. And I would go and visit my dad and spend the night. Usually we would have uh, some type of fun game we would play. Yeah, it was like, we'd watch Russian TV and have a drinking game. And all of Russian movies. Now, remember this. This is what my dad told me. Everybody dies. And I thought it was a joke. Everybody dies. No, no, it's not a joke. In all Russian movies, the end is everybody dies. So my dad and I were watching this Russian movie. Everybody dies. Do you know what a happy Russian movie is? Nobody dies. That's a happy Russian movie. That's real happy. My dad's telling me this. You're kidding me. That's a real happy. This is happy? God damn. We watched this movie. The family loses everything, but they're all living. It's a happy ending in a Russian movie when no one dies. Mm-hmm. That's a happy ending right there. Is in a Russian movie is when no one dies. Doesn't matter they went through hell and back. It really doesn't. So we would watch Russian movies or whatever movies that we felt like at that time, and it was just fun. That's the only time I got my reprieve, was going to my dad's house and being treated like a human being. My sociopath ex stabbed me in the back. I went and took him to, I used to work at Kroger. I used to work at Kroger as a cashier. And I take him to my uh, holiday events. And when a coworker asked me the following week, because we had it on a Friday, so the following week, I had a coworker say, "Are you getting divorced?" I go, "Why?" "Well, your ex said this, this, that." And I go, "Whoa, he said that?" And when I asked my ex, I go, "Well, you told this person." And the person goes, "Yeah, why are you saying this?" "Oh, yeah. He said some scandalous shit about me." And I'm like, "Why are you saying that?" Now they're not going to give me they refuse to give me my higher pay and position because my ex told management some scandalous shit that wasn't true. And I'm like, oh crap, this is not cool. And I can guarantee if you have a sociopath, they will make your life at work hard if you take them to anything where they meet them, because they always seem to stab you in the back.
When you have auto glass damage, trust SafeLink. In one easy appointment, we can replace.
So when you are spreading rumors that aren't true, and somebody's in the, let's say, grocery store, and it's a busy day and everybody and their grandmother shopping, and I am too, and I hear a person that has a familiar voice saying nasty stuff about me, and I quit talking to them. I quit talking to them because no, I'm not a hoe bag, but at least I could say anyone who does drive me home, they do not get lucky. Guaranteed. Well, oh boy. And no, I'm not going to give it up for a soda pop and a Twizzler. There's difference if someone is, looking to have just a booty call, but I'm looking for a relationship. So I haven't had anyone here. So my ex thought I was getting, kind of, how can I say, that I was interested in him. So in his drunken stupor, he calls me up and asks me about Devin, saying Devin's missing. And I'm like, well, he's got other stuff going on. He was with a friend and his phone went dead and he was out doing his own thing. And I was like, wow. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to look for a new boyfriend down the road because I was hoping that this special person would come into my chat room. I've been here for almost an hour, and it looks like he rather have a sociopath. You know, don't go into people's. i- It's called etiquette, and a lot of people who are sociopath don't care about etiquette. When you first meet someone, you're going to introduce yourself as a cancer, as a victim, as cancer. Then you're going to lie about taking your treatment, what you're doing. It would have been better if she said, I took my treatment and it was light enough for me to take a long walk. Now, not everyone walks. I had a friend, she'd walk and go somewhere and meditate. And I hated walking with her because it was like taking a slow one. Well, Sonic's got pretty good, oh, well, um, their onion rings taste like they're sweet too. I'll have them later, but I have mine. Well, it looks like that. It looks like I'm going to end up having to get a new boyfriend because he's not on the chat. He's not on the chat over here. Over here. Well, over here. He's not here talking. So uh, I think his demise was bringing somebody who was sociopath to my room. He brought a sociopath to my room, and I really didn't appreciate it. That person was a sociopath. When you have somebody who's not mentally sound going into a room, and when you very first meet somebody, do not tell if you have cancer raging in your body. Don't tell people you have cancer. Introduce yourself and ask her if it's okay to, I mean, find a way. Say, hey, can I private message you or something? I want to talk to you. And talk to that person first. Don't just introduce yourself as cancer because it brings me to the fact that my ex has been bringing up cancer all through our marriage and has never died of it. And I just don't appreciate that. And if you don't like how I feel about that, I am not sorry. I had to watch a man who was over 6 foot tall, who was my grandfather, go from a robust human being to under 100 pounds. He was like 97 pounds. I helped my grandmother with him. She couldn't do it alone. I was 12 and I had to watch a man die of cancer. So when I have somebody come on my channel and they tell me the first time I ever fucking meet them that they have cancer and they make a big announcement that my friend didn't even know that they had cancer, it makes me think that you're a sociopath. And Ruby Rabbit, please stay away from my channel. Unsubscribe, Ruby Rabbit. You are a sociopath. I do not consider you a friend. I do not want you to come in here. And I really, really want you to leave me alone. You got issues. Do never, I don't care if you have it. But the whole point is, I've had too many people play games with me with that, and it's just too much. Oh yes, and my ex mother in law's friend, she had cancer every other month when things weren't going right. Oh, I'm not joking. And one day I just told her, I'm not driving you. You're going to walk. You know why? Because you've been lying for the past 10 years about cancer. I'll give you cancer. You keep saying that. Yeah. So it's been a lot more that always the nut bags are the ones that talk about having it. It's when the people who are left behind who had to see that person go through all that pain and all that crap. I had to watch a man that I really cared about a lot, and I was lied to by a sociopath on my YouTube channel who came on here when I very first met them, very first, like, shaking the hands, they didn't even tell the person that came in, that came with them. You know what they did? They surprised them. And that makes me think that they are liars. And he brought a sociopath into my room. He brought her in, not me. I didn't invite that nasty whole bag. Sorry, Ruby Rabbit, you a whole bag. You really are. I do not care for you. Please do not come back here. If you're going to lie about having cancer, leave it for somebody else. Because the only thing I wanted to do was give my other phone number to John, but John's not here. And he doesn't want to be with me anymore because this woman makes it out like I'm an evil person. I've had my ex tell me he had cancer every other month just to keep me. He would tell people in our neighborhood that I was leaving him because he had cancer. So when a woman, Ruby Rabbit, came into my room and said she had cancer, I said, oh shit, we got another crazy, sociopath. They do it only in the social circles, because if there would have been not a single person in that room, she wouldn't have said shit. And every time she would come in and I'd have guys come in or people come in, she'd scare them off. A sociopath. I was brought a sociopath that, I could say, I just can't fake it. I can't fake when someone uses cancer like that. I had to watch my grandfather die of it. It was horrible. It really was. It's nothing to joke about. Don't joke about cancer. It's not a joke. Don't sit there and say, oh, I had 2 bags of chemo and I went and took a long walk. Excuse me? You have cancer? Are you sure you're not faking it? Because that was very, hi, how are you? I got cancer. I've watched so many of my friends and their family members die of it. And my ex knew. So next time anybody comes into my room, and I even if you really have the disease, say you want to contact me private to talk to me privately. I will be good with that. Women, men, because if you want to talk to me, let's do it on a private measure. Let's not do it where you're feeling like the spotlight's on you and you want to have the social recommend that you want to have that special hug, because it's not going to come from me. I've been told way too many times by way too many different people that they were dying of cancer. And when you see 2 people, one is a survivor, which is my sister's husband, who had to have his face totally reconstructed almost to that point from this point up. Yeah, that's how much the cancer took. It took a shitload. He plays in the, what's it? The band for the Air Force. Yeah, for the Air Force. And he couldn't even have the muscles for his mouth to do his thing. They had to reconstruct that too. And it took, I don't know how many years for him to get back to playing again. And that was his love, being in that band. And my sister loved him. She loves him very much. And that was no joke. And it all started with a small zit on his chin. He had a zit on his chin that was cancerous. he went to the doctor and said, I think I had this zit might be cancer, and wouldn't heal. I spent hours on the phone with my sister crying, and she would say, "Oh, he had his 2 bags and he's just dude." I was the only one who listened, so I let her call and I would talk and we would bullshit on the phone. I let her get it all out because I was her sister and that's the way it went. So when somebody comes on here and says, when it's a phone room, not any other time that it's not a phone room, says that they have cancer and they lie about it, I take it very personally. And I do not accept that. I do not like sociopaths. Stay away from me. I do not care for them because they will stab you in the back. Doesn't matter if you're the wife or husband, the significant other, they'd stab you in the back too to make your life a living hell. Trust me, I had one. He used to do it at my work. Remember, he told people in my neighborhood that he had cancer and I was leaving him for that. And I wasn't. I was leaving because he's a sociopath that makes my life a living hell. Oh, you should hear what else he said. Oh. This time it was actually true stuff, part of it. He told me he got me a job. Remember that job I was telling you about? Well, he's the one who got me it. And then he was telling people at my work what the job was and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, did you tell them who got it? You did. You knew the guy. Did you tell him how many times you used to go and pick up the check? Yeah, you did. You picked up. Why? Because you weren't working. Sociopaths just cannot get up in the morning. I do not know what the deal is. I really don't. So it's almost an hour, and apparently my wow man does not want me no more because the sociopath, apparently, he attracts them, said, I got cancer. I got cancer. I introduced myself and I got cancer. And I did 2 bags and did a big long walk. And I'm just so full of energy. That's pretty much how she put it. 2 bags wipe your ass with it. You're lucky enough you're not in a convalescent home. Because when you do 2 bags, you piss yourself. You end up in a diaper. You think I'm joking? Look it up. Next time you lie on my channel, you, Ruby Rabbit, you're never welcome here. You're never welcome to my channel again. Do not go to other people's channels. If it's dealing, maybe you can get your stuff in other channels. Go on them and tell them that you did 2 bags and you took a nice hike. 2 bags of chemo and you took a hike and tell them and see how they'll take that. Because I had to watch my grandfather die of it and my sister's husband suffer of it. And 2 bags is a serious thing. So if a person's doing 2 bags, they got some big ass nasty cancer. And a lot of times if people are going through cancer, believe it or not, in heaven they asked for it so they can experience the shit. I don't know why someone would want to experience cancer because that shit's nasty. And I would never tell anyone I had cancer unless I really had it. And I needed help, like, getting things ready for my death. But if you go on a channel and you exclaim to everybody that you're not close to and you're just meeting the proprietor, me, you got to think, how many times has she been told that she's, somebody's had cancer and they lied? A buttload of times. I kid you not, a buttload of times. I've had about 15 different people through my life tell me they had cancer and didn't. And they were siphoning me for money. I had one woman try to, I finally got smart with it. Do you know, if you have money and you want to help someone out, you can actually contact the hospital that they're dealing with and help with their bill without them even knowing about it. Yeah. So I would ask people what hospital they were going to and what their name was. And if they had the bill number, there's usually a number behind their bill, and that's where you can actually put money through. They make it that way. So if you do a fund thing, a funding for money, you could do it that way. That's how I know. So if someone really has cancer, you can get a hold of their hospital and you can get them and you can help pay their bill if they really have cancer. If they don't, they ask for the money. I'm just putting it out there because I've had too many people lie to me and I've helped people out. I've done that. I have helped them. But don't, Ruby Rabbit, you're never welcome in my
At Tire Works, you'll find top quality tires from
ever
Goodyear,
again.
Firestone, Michelin, and more.
I can't deal with no more sociopaths and I can't deal with someone lying to me. All right. Now I am grateful that I have friends. I am unhappy that my wow guy doesn't like me because he likes sociopaths. It's just the way it's working. He just doesn't. I'm just like, wow. Okay, well, it looks like if a guy asks me out for a date, then over in California, I will go. Because apparently he hasn't showed, I haven't seen anything. He hasn't come online or anything. So it looks like, here, I'll put it in chat. Well, when you get 15 people through the time, you end up saying, I will help you with your bills if you need help. How much is it? So it was this one lady, what was it? She said, oh, just give me the money. And I'm like, where's your bill? You don't got a bill? I don't got the money. That's how I started finding out. My dad told me. He said, yeah, cancer is the famous thing. Your mom used to like that. By the way, my mom was a sociopath too. She did so much fucking drugs. Yeah. Never offer a sociopath who's lying about cancer, give them money. You offer to know their bill number to pay it. And if they don't have a bill number and they don't remember the bill number or whatever, it's a lie. I'm just putting out there. So you don't get taken like I was. I was taken a lot of times for cancer and all that. I was taken and taken. So when you have somebody who does that, I'm trying to type the information I just put out there. Like the bill from the hospital. Oh, fuck. Morning. Well, I'm going to go. We will be talking about scam artists, and tomorrow we'll be talking about scam artists. My mom was the best scam artist I've ever fucking seen. She could cry at a fucking, like, sociopaths could been if they weren't so fucked up in the head, they'd be great actresses. The unfortunate thing is most of them don't like to work. Most of them don't like to get up at whatever time that needs to be. And most of them are not organized enough to do that. Oh, crap. That's why it's so cold. Oh. So when you're dealing with scam artists, sociopaths, and people lying, the best thing you could do is ask them for their bill. You know, that's the best thing you can do. Really. When you deal with that. So rumors are a big no-no. I've had my whole fucking stomach filled with them. I've had them filled. I've been in a store hearing a woman tell people stuff that she does, but putting my name on it. That was smart. So, yeah. Bye, Renee. She's probably Ruby Rabbit going to say, I got cancer. I got cancer. If you got cancer, Ruby Rabbit, I want to see that hospital bill. Then I'll even, yeah, because I don't believe it. When there's no hospital bill, and I've been lied to so many times. So everyone have a good one. Looks like my man doesn't want me. It looks like. Yeah. He took the side of the sociopath who came into my room who said she had cancer. Now, mind you, she had a 2-bag chemo treatment the following week and took a hike.